So there's a moment right before your alarm goes off where everything is quiet, no notifications, no group chats, no pressure, just you. And in that silence, there's a question you keep trying to ignore. Is this really my life? You wake up, you scroll, you check Instagram, you may be checking on someone else's version of success. You drink that morning coffee, you commute to work, you go through the motions day in, day out. But how long has this been temporary? So let me ask you a really important question that I really want you to pay attention to. What if the next 5 years look exactly like the last 5? Same job, same stress, same income, that same overwhelming feeling in your chest when you wake up that you know that this life isn't for you. Would you be okay with that? If the answer is no, then stay with me because I'm about to show you exactly what to do. This isn't hype, it isn't theory, and it's not some bullshit pipe dream that someone made up on ChatGPT. Because deep down, you weren't built just to survive. You were built to build, to lead, to feel alive, to wake up with clarity, not dread, to wake up with purpose, not panic, and to live your life on your terms. You're not lazy, you're not lost, you've just been stuck in a system that was never built for people like me and you. You followed the rules, you went to school, you got a good education, you got a good job, you showed up every single day, but still something feels off. It's like you're watching your life happen from the outside. Maybe you've tried different things, the morning routines, the motivational podcasts, the hustle advice. You've done crypto, you've tried dropshipping, you've tried e-commerce, trading, and yet you're still here, you're still searching. So here's the truth. You don't need any more advice. You don't need another strategy. What you need is a decision. One that draws a line in the sand, that cuts through the noise, cuts through the bullshit and says that I've had enough. It's time for a real change in my life. Enough with watching other people win on social media, enough with surviving instead of building, and enough with watching other people live every aspect of their life while you sit there hoping. And not long ago, I was in that exact same position where you are right now, waking up anxious, feeling behind before the day's even started, smiling through the stress, nodding through meetings, yes sir, no sir, living for the weekends, dreading Mondays, working in luxury hospitality. I'd see these flash people come in with the Rolexes, they'd turn up in the helicopter, they'd order the most expensive Macallan, have it, smoke a cigar and then leave. Over the years, I got introduced to a lot more wealthier people, and a lot of them started talking about personal development, starting to work on my inner self. And when I was at university, my lecturer who was teaching me about business, who was teaching me about ways to make money online, they weren't doing that. So I all of a sudden started to see that there was a common pattern, that those who wanted to become successful, those who wanted to make money, those who wanted to strive to do better in life, they had to find their own vehicle, their own path, and their own way. And in 2011, I was very fortunate. I got introduced to the world of personal development and I started studying what the greats were doing. I read the book Think and Grow Rich, and chapter 8 on there talks about making a decision. And it was at that point I made a complete, concrete decision to change my life. No more was I working 40 hours a week, earning buttons on an hourly rate. I would take life by the balls and live on my terms. And at that point, I understood I could make whatever amount of money that I truly set my heart and my intention to get. Then, for the next 5 or 6 years, I was working my way up in a career, didn't enjoy what I was doing, but I knew that whatever I was doing, that exact moment, I could be the best at it. So every job that I worked, I was the number one sales producer, I was the number one closer, I was the number one in that industry because I knew how you do anything is how you do everything. In 2017, I had the huge pleasure of getting introduced to the one and only Bob Proctor, who is an absolute goat when it comes to the personal development field. And he then allowed me to expand my belief, expand my vision of where I was in life, the amount of money that I was earning, and how I could transition from what I used to earn in a year to earning monthly, to then earning weekly. So now, fast forward to where I am right now, my belief, my vision, my goals are so much clearer by being around the right people, having the right information. Later, I ran into a sales team at a golf resort where every single day I would see people roll up in them beautiful cars, relaxed, confident, playing golf in the middle of the day, and I'm sat there thinking, what the fuck do they know that I don't? At night, I'd sit online watching videos, watching the side hustles, testing e-commerce, trying drop shipping, trying everything that I could do to make some extra money, and nothing seemed to click. And then I found that something that just felt different. It was quiet, predictable, peaceful. It didn't require me being switched on 24/7. But here's the thing. It wasn't instant, it wasn't sexy, but it worked. It allowed me to get to a position where I could completely take full control of my own life. And the truth is, most people aren't failing because they didn't try. They're failing because they were following the wrong people. They had the wrong system in place. You don't need more, you need less. Less guessing, less noise, less stress. And you need a structure, a rhythm, a way to build quietly without gambling, without burning out, without overcomplicating the things that you've been given. Because when you have that, everything changes. You wake up with clarity, you stop second guessing yourself and overthinking circumstances and situations. You simply start to build momentum. And then that's where life starts to open up. It starts to get a bit sexy. It starts to get exciting. And then here's what I discovered. It wasn't about working harder, late nights, early mornings, or risking it all. It was about learning how to trade differently. Not glued to the charts all day, not guessing, not chasing signals, but following a method, a structure that I call trading with freedom. It's not about getting rich overnight. It's not about taking 50 trades per day, in between each mouthful of food, in between changing the baby's bum, in between everything else that you're doing in your life. It's about simplicity. 2 to 4 highly probable trades per day can change your life. Clear entries, clear exits, no guesswork, no cluttered screens, no stress. You place the trades that come through onto your phone when you have time in your life. You go to the gym, you pick up your kids, you take your partner out. No more obsessing over the screens, no more burnout. And the crazy thing is, it works. Kirsten places her trades all before 8 or 9 a.m., then gets to spend the rest of her day with the dogs, with a partner, making £200, £300 profit per day with no stress. Then we've got Paul and Lisa, a power couple who trade together whilst running multiple successful businesses based in the UK, making hundreds of pounds alongside their full-time income. Then you've got Paula, a single mum working hard around her full-time job, able to pull an extra 3 figures per day out of the market while she's doing what she's doing, so that she can treat her son to them extra nice things, whether it's a pair of trainers or the takeaway that he wants. Then we've got Taylor, who literally 12 months ago was neck deep in shit, shoveling shit, and now is able to travel the world on his terms with freedom. Now, you might be sat here watching this thinking, well, Bradley, I enjoy my job. I don't want to quit. That's perfectly fine. But what we're giving you here is the freedom to do the other things outside of that 9 to 5 that you enjoy doing. Taking your partner to dinner, going on that perfect date that you've always wanted to do, taking that dream holiday, that dream vacation, spending easily and effortlessly, buying the things that you want, the shoes, the handbags, the coats, the t-shirts, whatever it is you've envisioned. This gives you the ability to do that. Now, obviously, past profits do not guarantee future results. So if you're sat here thinking, wow, I can become a millionaire in the next 6, 7, 8, 9 days, you're very mistaken. Because life isn't meant to feel like a race that you're always losing, that you're always behind on. It's supposed to feel like yours, that you can take full ownership of. And that's what this gives you. Structure, simplicity, and space to live your own life. If you're still with me, it means that something's hit, something's resonated. It means that you're not just scrolling, you're listening. And now that you know that there's a better way, let me show you how to take that first step. This isn't about becoming someone new. This is about becoming the best version of you that you can possibly be. The version of you that was always there from the very beginning. You were just given the wrong system and told by the wrong people which direction to go. So click the link below this video and set up your account. You've tried things the hard way for long enough, so let this be the easier way and trade with freedom.